Assalamu alaikum. This is Mubeen Rafat. I'm a faculty member at Administrative Staff College of India, Hyderabad. I'm also visiting faculty at Indian School of Business. I've had industry experience across two industries, software and petrochemicals. And my academic qualifications are that I've done my master's in management studies from Jamnalal Bajaj, Bombay. I'm here to talk to you on a very relevant social issue. On the request of Team Awaaz, and the social issue that I would like to address is redistribution of wealth among the Muslim community. At the outset, I would like to draw the attention of the entire Muslim community to the findings of the Sachar Committee, which was released in 2006. And the findings of this committee are rather alarming in terms of the recommendations and in terms of the kind of findings that they have come out with. Overall, the committee states that the plight of the Muslims in India is just above the Dalits, which I think is a very alarming situation for the Muslim community as such. What I'd like to draw your attention to is three factors that this committee has highlighted. One relates to access to education, access to health services, and access to bank credit. In fact, the committee has highlighted that about 1/3 of the small villages with high concentration of Muslims does not have any educational institution. And the second thing that they've highlighted is about 40% of large villages with a substantial Muslim concentration do not have any medical facilities. Now, these figures are rather alarming for us as a Muslim community, because if even a certain section of our community does not have access to the basic amenities of health and education, it shows that it is the entire community has to take up this cause and see what we can do to bring to mainstream and include these sections of our population and how we can improve their health and education facilities. In this context, I'd like to draw upon the fact that yes, the Sachar Committee has highlighted the plight of the Muslims in India, but if we look at within the Muslim community itself, there are a certain section of the Muslim community which is extremely prosperous and which I'm sure can help out in this process of redistribution of economic wealth. In fact, probably there are certain sections of our Muslim society of which we are very proud of, who can probably afford to spend 20,000 rupees on a single meal. But what is very disturbing for us as a Muslim community is, side by side, we do have Muslim families who probably cannot spend even 5 rupees on a single meal. Now, this is a wake-up call for the entire community, where we need to look beyond our own luxuries and pleasures of life and see what we can do to include the Muslims who do not have these basic amenities. In fact, I am quoting to you an actual example which I have been witness to, where certain very poor Muslim families, I would say, are forced to give their daughters away to other families because they are not able to even provide them with the basic survival needs. I would at this point address all the prosperous sections of the Muslim community that we all need to get together and see what kind of strategies we need to adopt to bring out the sections of our community which are in abject poverty. The second issue I would like to raise at this point is which has also been raised by the Sachar Committee as part of the recommendations. Of course, Sachar Committee has not directly gone into this issue as such, but they've definitely made a reference to it, and that relates to the Waqf properties. What is alarming in this situation is, on the one side we have got a section of the Muslim society which is, I would say, deeply ridden in poverty, and we've got crores of property of the Waqf which are not being utilized in the correct manner. In fact, it has been estimated that if even the Waqf property can be fully leveraged, and if we can get the maximum potential out of our Waqf property, we can definitely bring out a substantial section of the Muslim population from poverty levels to at least a level where they can have a decent living. I would definitely look at the I would say the Muslim intelligentsia and the prosperous Muslims to make all possible efforts to see to it that the Waqf properties are properly utilized, properly leveraged, and we are able to give and if the Waqf properties are properly utilized, the poor sections of Muslim society do not even need any kind of donations. It is the right of the poor Muslims that this Waqf property should be properly utilized, and the entire income derived from Waqf has to be channelized to them so that they come out of their abject poverty levels. I would appeal to all the sections of the Muslim community to raise their voice against the misutilization of Waqf property, because this is Allah's property which is being misutilized, and the people who actually deserve to get benefit out of this are being denied. In this context, I would like to see, even if the Waqf property is properly utilized, the figures that we see in the Sachar committee, some kind of, we will be able to address at least some of these issues on our own. I would also like to say that I am not saying that we will be able to address all these issues within the community, but to the extent that we can address the issues raised by the Sachar committee within the community, we all need to take this as a wake-up call. At the end, I would like to thank Team Awaaz for taking the initiative to create an awareness about the social issues facing the Muslim community today from a very intelligent platform, because this is what the Muslims in India today need. We need to have a platform where social issues can be discussed in the right perspective. And I would also like to thank Team Awaaz for the passion and drive with which they are bringing out these social issues and trying to generate an intellectual debate on the social issues facing the Muslim community today. And individually, I would like to thank each and every team member of Team Awaaz because they are at this moment trying to create an awareness of social issues. It's a very young team. They are running after trying to create social awareness among Muslim community at a time where probably some of their colleagues would be running after the luxuries of life. With that, with a small prayer, I'd like to close, and that is, may Allah reward Team Awaaz from His mercy on the Day of Judgment for the kind of work that they are doing.